What's up, guys? So it's that time of year again where the new Sony RX100 gets a refresh, and this is the Sony RX100 Mark IV. And I often get asked, Armando, I'm starting off a new YouTube channel, what camera do you recommend? And 9 out of 10 times, it's usually the RX100. Now this year, the RX100 Mark IV has a lot of new features that I want to talk to you guys about. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm a huge fan of the RX100, and every year it seems to get better and better. Now every time I have a gripe about this camera, the following year or the updated version of it just seems to fix those problems. For example, last year's model, one of the biggest gripes that everyone had is, for example, if you powered on the camera and you use the electronic viewfinder, and say for example, if you push the electronic viewfinder down because you don't want to use it anymore, the camera would actually shut off. Well, this year, you have an option to either turn it on or off. And this is something that they can update via firmware on the Sony RX100 Mark III. Sony still hasn't done it, and it's a shame because the RX100 Mark III is still a great camera. Now, I'm not going to focus too much on the picture side of things. Just do note that, like the RX100 Mark III, this takes really beautiful pictures. As a matter of fact, I take this almost everywhere I go. Last year when I went to Hawaii, it was my go-to camera. It fits in my pocket. Not only did I take a lot of pictures, but also I did a lot of family vlogs. So this is definitely a must, even if you want to take pictures. So the new RX100 Mark IV has a couple of new tricks up its sleeve, and one of those is 4K video recording. Now, interesting enough, last year I was telling everybody how much I like my Mark III, but I wish that the following year, meaning this year, the Mark IV would have the ability to shoot in 4K. And it's almost like Sony read my mind. Well, not only my mind, many people's minds that were actually saying that 4K would be a killer option for this point and shoot. And guess what? 4K is now available. Now, before I talk about all of the other features, let me show you some examples I shot in 4K. So as you can see from the video samples, the image quality is really sharp, the bokeh is really beautiful at f1.8, and overall, if I had to use this for my daily driver camera to shoot videos, I would not be disappointed. Now, another new feature that it comes with is the ability to shoot in ultra slow motion, or also known as HFR, which is high frame rate. Now, this can shoot up to 960 frames per second, which will give you an incredible slow motion. The zoom range on this is 24 to 70, which is the same as it was last year, and also the aperture is f1.8. Now, it is not constant, so if you're zoomed into 70, you're going to be at f2.8, so just take note of that. And overall, this camera is really good, especially for vloggers, people who like to do a lot of vlog videos. The image stabilization, the tracking of the person, overall the autofocus in general is really good. And I'm gonna do a vlog video, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, I recommend you do so, because the next video I put out, which will probably be in about 2 or 3 days, will be a vlog completely shot with this camera, and also possibly the next couple of videos I'm gonna use this as my B camera. And whenever I use this camera, I'm gonna leave, I don't know where, probably somewhere in the corner here in the frame, a little annotation that it was shot with this camera so you guys can know. So if you're not following the channel, make sure you do so, because in the next couple of videos, you will be seeing this camera being used either as a B camera, and even possibly, might even do this, not sure yet, as an A camera. Basically, I will use this camera to shoot my whole entire video. Now, even though I believe this is one of the best cameras you can buy, not only for picture taking, but also for video, it's not perfect. For example, the 4K video recording, as I stated earlier, is limited to 5 minutes. So if you plan to do a long interview with somebody, the 5-minute video recording will probably get in the way. Not a deal breaker for a lot of people, or even including myself, as I plan to use this more for B-roll footage or small short clips, including vlogging. So that's not too bad, but it is a problem. Another thing, because it does shoot in 4K and because of the form factor, it does get hot really fast. Some people have even reported, it hasn't happened to me, that it gets hot enough where the camera shuts down. So that could be a problem when shooting in 4K. Now, if you do plan to shoot 1080p, you won't have any issues at all. As a matter of fact, it seems to run cooler on 1080p than the previous generation Mark III, so that's a good thing. Also, the 24-70 zoom might be a little too short for some. Some of you that want longer range, 150, 200 millimeters. Again, for me, it's a personal preference. I don't seem to have a problem with it. I think it's great, especially for what I'm gonna be using it for. But some of you out there, it might just be a little bit too short compared to what other models out there are capable of doing. And the last thing that is not really that great is the battery life. It includes the same battery. So as a matter of fact, if you own the Mark III version, you can use the exact same battery, which is 1,250 milliamps. Now, when you're shooting in 4K video, yeah, let's just say that you're lucky if you're gonna get a half an hour of use. So keep note of that, especially if you buy this camera and you do plan to shoot in 4K, make sure you pick up some extras. Matter of fact, tomorrow, I should be getting some new batteries. I ended up buying like 3 extra ones so I can carry with me, which include a charger. But anyhow, guys, this is a quick video overview of this camera, and I want to do it because a lot of times people ask me what camera they should get. And hopefully, like I said, in the next couple of days and coming weeks, you'll be seeing a lot of footage coming from this guy. So let me know what type of questions you guys have down below. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And also be on the lookout for that vlog video coming up in the next 2-3 days. Thanks for watching, and you'll catch me in the next one. Adios.